So this is the Combat Station. I'm your host, Ty Matthews, and today we have a special guest, Tom Mearns. How you doing?
Very well, man. How you doing? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Good.
Can't complain. So I see you got a bruise over your left eye. Is that from your recent fight, or?
Yes, that is. Yeah, it's a few stitches in there, and I've got a few stitches in my lip. Other than that, though, all good, all well and healthy from last weekend.
So obviously you broke quite a skid. Now I was gonna ask you,
Yeah.
what do you want going forward after this? Do you feel you can jump back in there with maybe some of the high level cage warriors competition?
Yes, definitely. So there's the card coming up on the 10th and the 11th of December. So obviously they got that California card this weekend, so I won't speak to Ian just yet. But by next week, I'm going to speak to him, and then the plan is to jump straight on that card. So and we're looking at featherweight for this card, and then yeah, get straight back in, and then it's to go towards that featherweight world title on Cage Warriors.
What did you take from the Joshua and Wardy fight? What have you took from this?
Yeah, quite a lot. Well, firstly, a victory and a learning curve is what I've taken from it. And so I got to work, well, definitely, of course, I got taken down in the first round against a guy who really wanted to take me down. So it's only being human. So I've got to work on my grappling more. And then also certain striking strategies. So the way I'm always just pressing forward. And because he was always backpedaling after the first round, sometimes I can like wait a bit and actually let my opponent come to me and then attack. So I still got to go over it a fair few times. Of course, I have to bring my feet in when I'm striking, and it's more strategy type things that I've taken from this fight. And but yeah,
What does it mean to you that you broke this skid?
yeah, this means a lot, an awful lot. So because I think because the fact that I was on a skid, if anything was close, like when I had the fight of Yassine, the judges would just decide to give him the nod, or so it will feel like a curse has been lifted somewhat, and it means an awful lot, especially going forward. That is a long skid. I don't know many other fighters with that kind of a skid. So yeah, awful lot. But I still feel like the same as well going forward, because I was doing some things. I was doing okay, despite the not getting the results. Still, my performances were looking good with some very dangerous fighters. But yeah, it means an awful lot. So still got gonna have to reflect on it a bit. I only just returned to the gym yesterday, where we had quite a few conversations with my coach Danny, a little bit of debating as well, which was very necessary. And this is why I'm going featherweight for the next fight. I do really like lightweight, but I need my head MMA coach's support behind me going forward. And they've been telling me for years to go down to featherweight. I like lightweight, I really do, and I don't mind being a smaller fighter as well. But also, when we look at it at lightweight, I don't think there's anyone that can really, on physicality wise, compare to me. So we got to get back to that killer, instead of no more close fights, we have to get straight up taking people out, because obviously decisions, we can't be doing with this anymore. So we need to be really taking people out. So yeah, go towards that featherweight world title, and then we can get that lightweight world title as well.
So Tom, do you watch a lot of MMA?
You know what? I don't watch that much actually, but in the last about year or so, I've been watching a bit more, but mainly more like clips and stuff, like breakdown videos, or like fighter technique videos. But now I do actually want to immerse myself back into the sport from like a fan perspective as well, and of course as a competitor. So that will be paying more attention to like UFCs and that, and also returning to Cage Warriors. I've got a roster I can clearly keep my eye on, and then I can climb it and get to the top of that. So I've started watching more MMA way back when I was like a teen. I used to watch it 24/7. I used to go to HMV, used to buy all the UFC DVDs, and then sit in my bedroom, and then I started watching, studying fighters, and then I come across a lot of role models too in the sport that I really liked. So I used to watch it all the time back in the day. Not as much anymore now, but that is beginning to change, and I think things are getting quite exciting now. And so we're going back to what the skid means. Now I'm past it. I think it just is going to open up a whole new window of opportunities, and it's going to make things a lot more exciting now. And then, especially going back down to featherweight, it's looking quite hot in that featherweight division in Cage Warriors. It really is, and I think, it's just perfect season into that division if you add me back in there.
Do you see a belt in your future in Cage Warriors?
Yes, definitely, definitely. So how long, I'm not too sure. So got this one here, and then that's good going forward. So now I've got to make sure I turn that into a world title, and I'm very confident I will do that.
Let's
So
fucking have it.
yeah, too right, too right. I don't think other fighters would have kept pursuing this with the same attitude that I've been doing it if they'd had that type of you know, of a downfall. I don't think they would have kept the same faith, but I have. So yeah, very much looking forward to it.
I know you said you don't watch a lot of MMA, but do you have an opinion? Sorry, do you have an opinion on an upcoming fight in December, Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliviera?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's a hard one too, though. But I think Dustin Poirier will get that. With boxing as well, he'll have enough education and understanding to probably not allow Oliveira to be able to get him down to the ground. Probably whether it's a wrestling base or anything, I think Oliveira would have to use an indirect sort of a takedown to hoax him towards the ground, so in kind of like similar ways that Damien Maia would do that. But I can't see him like doing straight up double legs or upper body clinches and taking him down. I think Dustin Poirier's been looking too good for too long, and Marco Chando dropped Oliveira, so I think it'll take some time. He'll start teasing through first, second round, third round. Even if it took 3 rounds, he's going to keep focusing, and then dialing in on the target, and then he'll probably accumulate too many punches. That's an estimate, but obviously I reckon Oliveira's grappling would be far, far superior. I think they were a completely different level, but that's like if they were to touch hands, show respect, and then you know, like a no-gi round, you would see the level difference with Oliveira. But in MMA, it's just not like that. You know, you've got to get past the distance of the striking first, and then even when you start tying up clinch work, I think you'd even see maybe really good dirty boxing from Poirier. Having said that, though, I do think you would see some nice trickery too from Oliveira. So it is a tough fight. I'm going to say it's 60% I'm leaning towards Dustin Poirier, because I still think there is still many ways that Oliveira can do that. So I'll be very much looking forward to that. Actually, that's another good reason to get back into watching MMA.
So, what is your favorite pastime that is not obviously training MMA? What is anything else you're into? Sports?
That's a good question. Pastime. So, because it would be, I love working out. That's obviously not a good one. I do like to read these days, actually, to be fair. And I never did ever when I was younger. So, film, cinema, and always good at going out for good meals. So I'm gonna go catch up with my dad later too. We're gonna get some food. They're some of the best things in life, definitely. And I like a little good drink every once in a while, a few cocktails and that. So plan to be going out next week for a few drinks, and then it's back to the process of getting ready for December.
Speaking of food, what is your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, roast dinner is always a good one. Roast dinner, and I like Turkish food a lot at the moment. I can't have a favorite really though, haven't got a favorite, but I think Turkish and Mediterranean food is always something that's really good. And you can't beat a real good hearty roast dinner, or sometimes the simplest of things done really well. That's a bit like fighting too. I like it like that as well. Like even fish and chips, you can have it on the coast, somewhere in Southwold, or you can have it somewhere else where it's done really bad. But I love my simple foods as well.
Well, we're gonna probably wrap up in a minute, but anything
Yeah.
you want to say to your fans before we leave?
Um, Anyone who's with me from the start and then during the downfall and still kept faith, because I know there's some people quite close to me as well. Thank you for sticking with me, because that's what it really means to be a champion too. It's not getting the rub of the green all the time. Winning is most important, really is. But what do you know until you've really declined, fell off hard, like the mental battles, and people aren't like building you up anymore. And it's really good. Actually, it gives me more depth of experience too going forward. So yeah, but a huge thank you to anyone who's been following me, support me from the start, because I am a fighter's fighter. Definitely, I'm about the sport first. Every time I compete in pure hard competition, and yeah, man, I can't wait for the future too. So and we'll definitely be getting some more interviews because I'm going to get that world title. So we'll start with a featherweight one. And I'm going to start the run. So yeah, we're not looking forward to get back down to featherweight, but we had a big ass debate in the gym last night, and out of respect to my coach Danny Batten, who's sacrificing so much to me, I want him on my side. So it's the least I could do to for him when he sees what he sees at featherweight. So I think all them guys at featherweight, Trula can beat them, get that featherweight world title, and then if the UFC's not there, we're gonna get that lightweight world title as well.
Beautifully said, mate. I want to say thank you for coming on. Hopefully we
Thank you,
get you
man.
back on in the future.
Definitely.
And it's just been a pleasure. So
Pleasure.
anyway, my people, this has been the Combat Station, and we are out.
Take care, man.
Goodbye, my friend.